from the campus of Westfield State University. This is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
Support for community radio on WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at bettsplumbing.com or at 14 Coleman Avenue in Westfield.
Welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about. Well, the names have all changed since you hung around, but those dreams have remained and they've turned around. Who'd have thought they'd lead you? Who'd have thought they'd lead you? Back here where we need you. Back here where we need you. Yeah, we tease him a lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. 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 We always could spot a friend. Welcome back. And I smile when I think how you must have been. And I know what a scene you were learning in. Was there something that made you come back again? And what could ever lead you? What could ever lead you? Back here where we need you. Back here where we need you. Yeah, we tease him a lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. And I know what a scene you were learning in. Was there something that made you come back again? And what could ever lead you? What could ever lead you? Back here where we need you. Back here where we need you. Yeah, we tease him a lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, we tease him a lot. Welcome back. Welcome back. 'Cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, we tease him a lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. 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 Welcome back.
Welcome back indeed. It is Monday, November 4th. On this day in 1928, sliced bread is introduced to the consumer market. Nobody knew what to compare it to. You're listening to That'll Learn Ya with your average run-of-the-mill alum, Michael Buster McMahon. That's me, Michael McMahon. And my annual salary is now so low, I no longer have to lie to the IRS.
There you go.
Joining me is my pal and producer, Peter Coles. Now, his tax status is like his laundry. Either way, he's going to lose his shirt.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
We have a special guest here today, and a man who saves a lot of money on shampoo. Lead singer of the band Max Tone and co-creator of the 2025 Tony Award-winning musical Can't You Bury These Tales, Aaron Fay. Thanks for joining us, Aaron. Today on a really big show, cool stories about some great songs. Plus, if we have time, we'll discuss the rise and downfall of the Sun Giant Raisin Company. But we probably won't have time for that.
Oh, come on. That'd be fun.
Remember them?
Yeah.
So sit back. Give us a call. Can they call?
Yes.
They can call?
Yes.
They can call on the air.
Yeah.
So what's the number?
413-642-9039.
Okay. Can you put that on the screen too?
I'm not ready for prime time yet. It works, but I'm
Okay.
not ready for prime time yet.
All right. So people shouldn't call. They can, but they shouldn't.
They could. It'll auto answer. So. But
So
yeah.
okay. So they can't talk to us, is what you're saying?
Yeah, they can.
Okay.
Try it.
Okay.
Have somebody call.
So all right. Well, what's the number again?
413-642-9039.
642-9039. I'm
That's
never
it.
going to remember that. Okay. So give us a buzz if you have, if you want to say hello. If you've been a listener to the show for a while, people used to call But since we've moved over here, they haven't been able to.
Yeah,
so
and
just
that
let me know
problem
that
is now fixed.
you're still alive and you're still going. That'd be great. So.
Completely derailed his monologue.
So yeah, so all right, I'll finish the monologue first.
He was so weirded out that I said yes.
Give us a call, and remember, children may be deductible. That doesn't mean they aren't taxing.
Yeah, I agree with that.
This is thrilled. Aaron, thanks for joining us.
Good to be here.
Yes, we people know who you are, who listen regularly to the show, because we've played some of the songs from our the musical that we're working on.
Yes, and you are also my biggest fan.
Really?
Biggest male fan.
Okay,
I
so that puts
challenge you
me
to find,
that puts me 785th then
That's
overall.
actually T-Bone Klein, Matthew Klein.
Okay.
Yeah, he might have you there.
Okay.
So.
And of course, my biggest fans are my parents. They listen. God bless them every week. This angle is different though because it blocks my face with the microphone.
Yeah, the other one was worse. Look,
Okay.
you'd
Yeah.
have to move a little bit.
Maybe
Or,
maybe if he goes in the other microphone.
No.
no. You'd have to move a little bit to your right. Look at that. See, if you brought the mic with you. Now, look. See, there's your.
I'm
your
adorable.
Yes.
Um,
He keeps claiming that.
He's something.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I don't suffer from self-esteem issues. Look,
No,
I know
you don't.
I know that. Look, I know that I'm not the most attractive guy in the world, but I know that I'm not ugly. So I'm I am somebody's cup of tea. So.
See, and Aaron, I get my own camera. See, hello.
And there's Peter.
nice.
See, because Peter and I used to interact. We used to be in the same room together, and now it's kind of weird. I feel like I'm talking to like the walls. So he added that little extra camera, so once in a while he'll pop in there too.
Well, I didn't just buy it just for you, Michael. I mean, I bought it for other things, but yeah.
But I think I was.
it has the
part-
added bonus of being making me included in your show.
Wasn't I part of the impetus? So you could be part of.
So other shows too. Yeah.
Overall,
yeah.
I
Yes.
would like you back in the room with me. Overall,
Yeah, I'm working on that too.
That's that's the goal.
But
and
does he want to be in the room with you?
I would like to think so. And I want a salad bar.
A salad bar?
Yeah.
No, you can stay for lunch here, and they'll make you a salad.
Are they open today? I thought they're not open on Mondays.
They're not open on Mondays.
So
Change your day.
change my day. We used to be on Tuesdays a long time ago. All right, this isn't what we do. We don't just gab. We play.
You sure about that?
We do a lot of gabbing, and Aaron and I have a tendency. Every time we've gotten together to work on the musical, it's about 20%, maybe that's even generous.
That is very generous because that's why I'm kind of laying off. Once I start talking,
and we go on tangents.
Tangent.
Like one of us will say something, and it'll spark us. Oh my gosh! This
Remember this.
Yeah, like
You haven't had a good interview in a while. That's no big deal. You can talk more and play less.
Oh, we will. We will. I mean,
Okay.
we'll tell.
Talk more, play less. That sounds like a Max Tone game.
We're going to. Now, Aaron, have you ever seen Peter? I'm screwed. Have you ever seen the band Max Stone?
I believe I have along the way. Yes.
They play.
I'm sorry, dude.
They play
No,
lots of
man.
places,
I'm friends with a whole bunch of guys.
and they're versatile.
I'm friends with the old guy. Do you remember Steadfast?
Sure do. Tony Valley.
Yeah, I'm still friends with Tony
Very good.
and Rick over in C.A. Jones, that crew.
Rick Starkey.
Yep.
Good buddy. I went to high school with Todd Roosevelt, violinist, bass player.
Todd's
yeah.
a character.
Todd's a character. You can say that
Yes,
again.
he is.
We
yeah.
were talking before the show, and he says he knows Scott Baldiga, a guy from that we knew in high
Yes.
school.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And then Pete Garvey's famous for being infamous.
Then there's Pete Garvey. I was in a band with Pete Garvey in 1995 called Time Machine, and
I'm not
yes,
sure. He's
we
still
were
got
awful.
a band kicking around, isn't he?
His current project is an 80s tribute,
Yeah.
glam metal type of thing. They're called ADHD, and they're outstanding.
Really? Okay.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna have to catch them.
Pete nailed it. He's got a great lineup. They're gigging at the casino here, there, and everywhere.
Nice.
Yeah, Pete's nailed it.
Nice. I like Pete. He's a
Pete,
character too.
Pete taught me to be a wild man back in 1995. I was a green, innocent, such a sweet young thing before they got a hold of me.
Pete is
Yeah.
a wild.
Cooper would say, "Oh yeah,
He is a
I'm sure
wild
you were dragged into that line.
oh yeah." I don't know how much I can get into that, but yeah.
Well, look, one of the things, like whether, and here we go on tangents again.
Oh, yeah.
Like I just love, like in the library biography, and if there's anything written by a rock and roller, like you ever read Stephen Percy's book?
No, didn't know he had a book.
And it's just chapter after chapter.
I read them up. Yeah, this one time in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
For me, the first one I did was Hammer of the Gods. I was 15. Led Zeppelin, their old road manager Richard Cole wrote this tell-all. I mean, the Seattle Shark story, and
That's
know,
what he
all
said. I
that.
want to get into rock and roll.
When you're 15 years old, you read that. I mean, your destiny is pretty much sealed.
I tell you,
Yeah.
if young, be a musician. I mean, I don't even remember what the name of the local band was. It was when Karen's friend dragged us to, and I'm watching the lead singer, and
Max Stone.
no, well,
Just kidding.
I mean, right now we're lucky in Western Mass. There's a lot of good bands in the
A
area.
lot of good bands.
but the lead singer, not an attractive guy at all, and
Sure
maybe
it
it was
wasn't
Max.
Max Stone,
Yeah, maybe
yeah.
it was Max Stone.
Sure.
And I'm watching the front. There's like a half a dozen women just like you just have to. And I've learned over the years because in high school, there's a big difference between being in a band and the band. It's not, the girls aren't impressed if you're in the band.
Only other people, all the girls that are in the band,
Yeah.
like other dudes in the band.
Yeah.
Like, you're talking about the high school band.
Yeah, the high
Oh
school.
yeah.
I was
Oh,
band
trust me.
president. I was the least talented member of the band. I could play bass drum. That was about it.
The line, this one time at band camp, that's a real thing.
Yeah.
Band geeks are awesome.
Yep.
Oh yeah. I was one of them. I was a drama geek, band geek, chorus geek.
So now
That's how you start.
Now you're a guitarist, but like in high school you need to play guitar. What would you?
I
what high
learned,
school?
man, I was a late bloomer in guitar, and I'm still very awful. But yeah, I started with the Central High School Drama Club.
So you knew Mr. Cremonini.
Well,
Was that before your time or
well,
after your time?
Michael, as I call him now.
He was a teacher at my school.
Was he?
Yes, he
Yes.
was.
And well, he came to Central, and I think it was. Did he come from Cathedral or
Yeah,
Classical?
he did. Cathedral.
Okay, so what happened was Patricia Keenan, she was head of drama at Central. She left the department for some reason. Cremonini was taken in. Cremonini actually directed our 12th grade production in spring of '89 of Fiddler on the Roof. I was Tevye,
Ah,
believe it or not, fake
Wow.
beard and all.
There you go.
And he was interesting. He wasn't my teacher. I didn't take AP English, so I was in the dummy courses.
He was
but-
great.
This
I
is a
loved
long-
him.
Yeah,
This is-
I didn't realize how awesome he was until I was a snotty kid in '89, which leads me to be a snotty
Snotty adult.
middle-aged
See, I was
middle-aged man. But he was a nice guy, and I had no clue what an amazing singer he was until I was watching the Sunday morning mass from that. What is that? St. Michael's
Catholic Communications.
Right, and I heard there he was.
St. Michael's Cathedral. Yeah.
He was. I couldn't believe it. That's Mr. Cremonini.
So this is a long way of going to find out what instrument you played in high
Sorry.
school band.
High school band. No. I was. You know what? I played triangle. I was the Tracy Partridge.
Okay.
But the chorus and but we're all one and the same. Band geek, chorus
We're-
geek, drama geek.
We're going to be playing some.
I was
Max
lighting and
Stone
sound
songs.
guy.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, love that stuff too. Finkelstein. We had the studio at Central.
We're now about to go live
Huh. Wait a
in
minute. Hold on.
10,
Where's that come from?
9.
We have been broadcasting already, I hope.
Yes,
Anyways.
we are.
Well, as I said, we don't just get. We're going to play a couple Max Stone songs, the ones that will be used in our upcoming musical, and I'll set the scene a little bit. Maybe you can tell some of the stories behind of what inspired the song.
I would love to.
But I don't know if this
That
has
is
ever
what we do here.
Yes, I don't know if this has ever happened to your band. Maybe you can relate to this story. But this band, before they became famous, they're like playing in a mall, and a guitar string broke. So they like, all right, we got to stop. We got to change the guitar string. And so the guy, just to test it, he starts playing this riff, and they're like, oh, it's kind of catchy. So then they go on the show, and then afterwards, everyone in the band, they can't stop talking about that riff. And he's like, what was it? He's like, I was just playing it. Like, do it. And he couldn't recreate it. And it was driving everyone crazy. Like, it's so good. And they couldn't do it. And then one of them goes, you know what? There was a little kid, like 10 years old, tape recording us. We got to find that kid.
Find the kid.
And
Find the kid.
So they were, they're asking them all. They're trying to find, and they were able to find the kid. And the kid still had the tape. So they were able to play it back, and that riff was saved. Thank God, because that riff was
Oh yeah.
Seriously.
and the band was the Guess Who. And thankfully for that kid recording this, we have American Woman. This is the Guess Who on 89.5 WSKB.
American woman, stay away from me. American woman, mama, let me be.
Mama, let me be. Well, come on knocking around my door. Don't wanna see your shadow no more. Colored lights can hypnotize, sparkle someone else's eyes. Now, woman, said get away. American woman, listen what I say. American woman said get away. American woman, listen what I say. Don't come a hanging around my door. Don't wanna see your face no more. I don't need your war machines. I don't need your ghetto scenes. Colored lights can hypnotize, sparkle someone else's eyes. Now, woman, get away from me. American woman, mama, let me be. Go, gotta get away now. Go, go, go. I'm gonna leave you, woman. Gotta leave you, woman. Bye, 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 bye. You're no good for me. I'm no good for you. Gonna look you right in the eye. Tell you what I'm gonna do. You know I'm gonna leave. You know I'm gonna go. You know I'm gonna leave. You know I'm gonna go. I'm gonna leave.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Westfield Bank. For more than 160 years, Westfield Bank has been an important community presence and commercial leader in the Pioneer Valley, with convenient full banking services in Westfield, West Springfield, East Longmeadow, Agawam, Feeding Hills, Springfield, Southwick, as well as Enfield and Granby, Connecticut. Visit us on the web at westfieldbank.org. Underwriting support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Greater Westfield Chamber of Commerce, the voice of business for the Greater Westfield communities. Informing, educating, advocating, the Chamber provides opportunities for members to make meaningful connections on local, regional, and state levels. For more information on the Chamber's many events, workshops, and programs, as well as the benefits of membership, visit westfieldbiz.org. The Chamber focuses on the most important economy, yours. Wednesday mornings start off right from 6 to 8 a.m. with Tina Gorman and Wake Up Wednesday.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
slouching.
Which means I'm slouching as well.
Yeah, so we should probably sit up straight on the TV. Eagles. Now, what was a great thing? Timothy B. Schmidt. And when your third string singer can sing that good.
Again, I don't think he was third string singer. He was just a guy. He wrote that song.
Right. But you look at all the songs by Eagles. How many are sung by Don Henley? How many are sung by
Glenn Frey? I get what you're saying.
And so Timothy B. Schmidt obviously was third in the amount of
like George Harrison.
Yes, absolutely.
They treated George like a third-class citizen in the Beatles. So no, I get it.
Timothy B. Schmidt, he auditioned for Polka, but he got beat out by Randy Meisner.
Right.
So when Meisner quit to join the Eagles, they hired Schmidt. And then in 1977, Schmidt joined the Eagles after the Hotel California tour, once again replacing Randy Meisner on bass. So if you want Timothy B. Schmidt in your band, you should hire Randy Meisner. Because then
eventually Randy will quit.
And Schmidt will
his birthday was last Wednesday, right?
Who?
Timothy B. Schmidt.
Well, I did not know that.
Tina Gorman had their famous birthdays last week.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, I don't even want to
guess. He
guess.
played an Eagles tune. I don't remember how old he was.
It's funny. People are thinking that they think of them as a California band, and Schmidt is the only member of the band that was actually a native of California.
I remember her saying that in the biography. Yep.
Yeah, Henley's from Texas.
Yep.
They that Southern California country rock sound.
Do you remember that song, Richard Marx, "It Don't Mean Nothing"?
Love that song. You kidding?
Yeah. So Timothy B. Schmidt and Randy Meisner, they're doing the backing vocals on that.
No way.
Yeah.
Nice.
So they got.
Remember the video?
Yeah.
That was a big video on MTV.
Richard Marx.
Big first one. First big hit.
Now, it's funny. I came across this on the internet. I don't know if you saw this.
What's the internet?
It's this new fad. I don't know if it's going to last.
Oh, yeah.
But apparently, Emily Dickinson. I wasn't a huge fan. In high school, you're forced to read these poems. I never saw the big deal of it. You remember that? Remember, Peter? I don't know. You remember that damn wheelbarrow poem?
No.
Is that the actual title? The damn
that's
wheelbarrow
what I called it.
poem?
There was a wheelbarrow poem. I'm like sitting there. Why is this famous? It's like it's just so much depends on a red wheelbarrow near the barn during the rain or something like that. That's the poem. I'm like, how is this famous? I mean, I swear to God, look, so many times people do art, like, they'll see scribbles and, I could do that. I swear to God, by the end of the show, I could come up with something better than that. I know I could.
Let's do it.
We should.
All right.
So anyway, I was never a big fan of the Emily Dickinson. I didn't see the big deal. But somebody pointed out, Emily Dickinson poems are written in such a way, in such a rhythm, that you can actually sing them to the theme to Gilligan's Island.
Excellent.
Check this out. Ready? Because I could not stop for death, he kindly stopped for me. The carriage held but ourselves and immortality. That's great.
That is genius. Who thought of that?
I don't know who discovered, but God bless him.
Whoever wrote the theme to Gilligan's Island was into her. That's all.
Maybe, but I think maybe Emily Dickinson was ahead of her time.
I believe so.
I believe so.
Yeah, she invented emo.
She invented this rhythm that, thank God, now TV shows can use. Sherwood Schwartz.
Sherwood. I'm trying to remember that.
Yep.
It's Schwartz something. Yeah.
Yep.
Genius.
And then, of course, he came up with Gilligan's Island in the suburbs, called the Brady Bunch.
Oh, yeah.
So, all right. So, one of the things, if you've listened to the show before, I've mentioned the musical that we're writing, which is 90% complete, I think.
I'd say we're 90%.
And apparently, if you are writing a Broadway-style musical, apparently the last 10% is the hardest. I guess maybe the first 10% and the last 10% are probably the hardest.
Well, when the majority of the music was written 15 years ago.
I guess that gives you a head start.
It's pretty good. I tell people the story about what's going on, and they're like, oh, that's cool. But more or less, what cracks me up the most is my reluctance in our meeting. You're like, for years, you've been saying, I have this amazing idea, and you've expressed interest in our music before, what with your pilot.
The sitcom, yeah, we've used.
Which is awesome. Thank you. You're an amazing supporter. And it still baffles me. We sold 20 copies of that CD.
Stupid NBC.
And but
you could have been the Rembrandts.
I could have been. Maybe someday we could be again, possibly, or once. But how it just took us forever to get together for you to pitch this to me. Like, hey, I have this idea, and in my head, of course, I was, yeah, okay, sure, Michael, yeah. But that day in the parking lot of Donut Dip. It all came together, made very, very much sense.
It hit me one day in the cafeteria at the college. I said, we've been trying to get together to write a musical, and I had ideas, and I certainly was a fan of your work. And I realized that it's going to be almost impossible for us to do this. But I said, you know what? I have enough structure. So the musical is basically 6 of my plays wrapped in a babysitter's telling the story.
Which I loved.
And I said, because the plays have been tested and they're decent. I'm like, we haven't. And I have how many Max Tone songs already existing? I wonder if I can match them up. And it wasn't hard to do. As I'm doing it, I said, you know what? This song would fit here. This song would fit here. I'm like, this could work. But unfortunately, there was a couple that we needed to come up with. So
we will.
We are in the process of filling in the holes with the other ones. But we're going to play a song from this now, and I'm going to set the stage quickly, and then maybe you can tell the story behind the actual song.
Sure.
The name of the song is called But I Do, and it's fast becoming one of my favorite songs. It's in Act 2. There's a scene where it starts off. There's a guy in a bunny suit and his boss. It's a female boss, and apparently they used to date. And there's in trouble. They made it's a kid's show. She's the director. He's the bunny star in the show. And apparently there was a very embarrassing on-air mistake that they are not aware of. But their bosses are, called them in, and they're waiting. They're waiting to find out what's going to happen. And so they're arguing over stuff, over whose fault it is. The way only people who used to date can. And so it slips into reminiscing a little bit. And he goes, "Hey, do you remember the song that played on our first date?" And she's like, "No." He's like, "Oh, come on." And so he starts to sing it. And this is the song that they do. And we only hear your vocals on this, but in the action musical, It's going to go back and forth between the guy and the girl. And I like the end of the scene because they do a little bit of ballroom dancing, and he holds her over he dips her, and the music stops, and there's this awkward silence, and she breaks the silence by saying, "But that was a long time ago." So he's totally disgusted. He just drops her on the floor, boom. And so this is the song that we're going to use for that scene in Act 2, and it's called "But I Do." Give us a little insight about the actual song.
This is an old song. Lyrically, this came from, believe it or not, I don't want to tell you I love you, but I do. Don't want to tell you I need you, but I do. Believe it or not, it came from an acid trip.
No.
Yep, a bunch of us.
As some of the great songs of all times.
Absolutely, and those actually aren't my words. That is the contribution a drummer. When I started playing with Pete Maserati, who's now in Max Tone with me.
Please tell me that's his real name.
That's his real name.
That is awesome.
I know. Pete, damn, it's good. And he's obviously the coolest. People say, "Oh, I'm going to go home and play Guitar Hero." I'm like, I got Guitar Hero right next to me every night of the week, man. He's the man. So back in the day, I met Pete and this guy, John O'Neill, who played drums. We were in a band called the Blanks, Blanques. Bunch of kids. Man, for $200, you could get us in a bar, and you never saw such youthful exuberance. We'd come in to destroy the place. Classic rock covers mixed in with the early 90s, man. We did Under the Bridge Downtown by Red Hot Chili Peppers, but stuff like that. Jesus Jones. And we wanted to write songs, and we did. And we wrote, we wanted to be the Beatles. We wrote 4-chord pop songs. And it was a chord structure and some lyrical ideas for the chorus. And I needed some words. And first time I ever had LSD was at some friend's house. We're a big group of kids, and I think I was from Springfield. I was the oldest. I was old enough to buy before everyone else, but I was around 20 at the time. And John O'Neill was having a good old time, and his girlfriend was mad that he was off doing this. Wow, I am really blowing up everyone's spot. Oh, too late now.
But don't do drugs, kids.
Don't do drugs, kids. But so anyway, he's in the zone, peaking probably, and he's complaining that I told her, I said, I don't want to say I love you, but I do. Don't want to tell you I need you, but I do. And that stuck with me, and that became the basis for the chorus. And but that's an old song dating back, believe it or not, to the 80s, Central High School. That chord progression and some lyrical ideas from this wannabe new wave band I played drums in. Yeah, and I won't mention the names of those guys because they might try to sue me someday for the lyrical content, even though
we don't want to do that because this is going to go big. This is fast become one of my favorite songs on the soundtrack.
I'm glad to hear it. It's funny when we would play this live. It's hard introducing original songs. When you're a cover band,
right?
I would say, oh, this is Matchbox 20. It's a B-side you never heard of, European release.
Holy crap. We had a story a couple weeks ago where I don't remember what band it was, Peter. Peter, does that story sound familiar? Where's Peter? Is he?
He's there. I see him.
Okay.
He's hiding from me, though.
All right.
Yeah, I know it.
Yeah, there was we played a song where like they were told no covers, so they would lie. They would say, "Oh, this is a song."
I think every band's done that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the way that they snuck it in.
So in the early 2000s, we were playing this out in clubs. I would say, "Oh, we're psyched. This got picked up. It's going to be on the soundtrack to Shrek 3." There was no Shrek 3 at the moment. It was like right after Shrek 1. They were maybe making Shrek 2. I had no clue there was going to be a Shrek 3. And so, oh man, how's it working out? And I'm like, oh, yeah,
It got cut.
yeah, yeah.
That happens all the time,
Yeah,
too.
we couldn't agree on a fee for the license.
Right, that
So-
happens all the time.
We're saving it for something bigger.
But recording this was amazing right here in Westfield, Zing Studios on Mainline Drive with producer Jim Fogarty, and he played all the keyboard parts on these records, and he let me have carte blanche. I was flying through these vocal parts. Not to brag, I'm really proud of my the acapella breakdown. There's 5-part harmony in there.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
Nice.
I'm like I said, I'm a chorus geek, man.
I can't wait to hear it too. Not that I don't love your voice, but I'd love to. I can't wait. I can't wait to hear this as a guy girl.
A big
duet.
ensemble with some
Yeah.
with the chorus, and it's gonna be amazing.
From our future musical, which I hopefully you all get to see some point. Can't You Bury These Tales? Here's the Max Tone, Aaron Faye and Max Tone, and But I Do, 89.5 WSKB.
Some things are so hard to say. Most often they just come out wrong. I fear taking my chances with you. Some things are better off not said at all. I've always been just a little bit shy. This should be known right from the start. I'll put my trust and my faith in you if you promise that you won't break my heart. Don't wanna say I love you, but I do, yes I do. Don't wanna tell you I need you, no, but I do, yes I do. Time and time, that's what we'd have if I were to be with you. And you know we'd have more time if you would just stay here too. They say that love is a two-way street. What are you thinking? I haven't a clue. And I don't wanna say what I'm feeling inside if I don't know if you're feeling it too. Don't wanna say I love you, but I do, yes I do. Don't wanna tell you I need you, no, but I do, yes I do. Don't wanna tell you I love you. Don't wanna tell you I need you, no, what can I do? You know it's true. I'm hopelessly in love with you. And time, that's what we'd have if I were to be with you. And you know we'd have more time if you would just stay here too. They say that love is a two-way street. What are you thinking? Well, I haven't a clue. And I don't wanna say what I'm feeling inside if I don't know if you're feeling
Support for community radio on WSKB provided by Westfield Electroplating. Employing over 140 skilled platers, painters, and technicians, Westfield Electroplating was founded in 1946 and was the first company in the country to achieve National Aerospace and Defense Contractor Program accreditation, proudly maintaining that status for over a decade. Westfield Electroplating provides over 50 quality finishes to meet your corrosion, cosmetic, or performance needs. On the web at www.westfieldplating.com or 413-568-3716. Westfield Electroplating, putting the finishing touches on technology.
Support for community radio on WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at bettsplumbing.com or at 14 Coleman Avenue in Westfield.
Wednesday mornings start off right from 6 to 8 a.m. with Tina Gorman and Wake Up Wednesday.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
You're sweet, as a honeybee, but like a honeybee stings, you're gonna let my heart in pain. All you left is our favorite song, the one we danced to all night long. It used to bring sweet memories of a tender love that used to be. Now it's the same old song, but with a different meaning since you've been gone. It's the same old song, but with a different meaning. And it breaks me up to hear it. I said a little fool am I to hear an old love song and wanna cry, but the melodies keep haunting me, reminding me how in love we used to be. Keep hearing the part that used to touch our hearts, singing together forever, darling, breaking up never. It's the same old song. Ain't got to hear it since you've been gone. It's the same old song, but with a different meaning since you've been gone. Precious memories keep lingering on. Every time I hear our favorite song, now you know there's this emptiness. I only reminisce the happiness we spent. We used to dance to the music. Make romance to the music. Now it's the same old song, but with a different meaning since you've been gone. Now it's the same old song, but with a different meaning since you've been gone. I can't bear to hear it. It's the same old song, but with a different meaning since you've been gone. It's the same old song, but with a different meaning.
That's the Four Tops. Now, if you are stuck with writing a song, maybe we can suggest this for you. They were under pressure to come up with a new song, and like quick. They needed one quick, and they were like tuning around the radio, and one of them said, "Oh, it's just that's just the same old song," and they were, "That's a catchy title." So they actually took they reversed the same chord changes from "I Can't Help Myself," and they basically just made that song backwards, the music, and they added these new words to it. So it really was the same old song, but with a different beat.
Yeah.
So there you go. If
That's what you do. Oh, are you kidding? The song we're writing today? Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's just.
Oh, yeah. You'll see. Later on.
It's kind of cool. We're getting together afterwards to work on one of the two final songs, And I guess you've got a lot to show me, I guess. Or is that too much?
Oh yeah, no, not at all.
No, okay.
I'm nothing.
Nothing.
No, I'm not getting too.
Okay.
I'm
Good. So
so
this
sorry.
will be fun.
Yeah, creatively, I'm a little tapped, so I need you.
Okay.
So,
All right. Well,
full disclosure.
We're gonna go eat and after the show, and then we're gonna go hang out at the White Stand Studio, and we're gonna.
Yeah. No.
What's kind of cool is there are two songs that are in this show that are actually I'm resurrecting from my first attempt of a musical, and my father wrote the song as a teenager.
That was amazing. That the people know what we did that night.
I think so. But
what
we can
did.
remind them.
Are you saying you're doing a remake?
Oh,
It's a remake of our own songs.
that night
That
at
violates your rules.
that night at the Majestic. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we did it in a talent show. We pretended to write the song on stage as we were waiting for my girlfriend, played by Jamie Wilson, the very talented Jamie Wilson. And
Yeah, she's awesome.
what's amazing about Jamie Wilson is how fast she can pick up what you want her to do. And then she comes in, she's yelling at us for making it, because we had on the stage we had like pizza boxes and potato chips and soda
Yeah.
cans all over the place. And
I was playing her guitar.
yeah, and you the
I
tough
got
guy
yelled
you
at.
you ran out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you left me to
Yeah.
deal with my girlfriend Jamie.
Sorry, dude.
That was a fun bit.
Yeah.
It was a fun bit, and we're going to use that song in the show. Again, hopefully we're going to play a couple more songs from that throughout the show. Well, it's 8:45 already. Look at that. All right, so Stevie Nicks, she's at a party, and she's talking to Tom Petty, his first wife, Jane, and she has a Southern accent. And, she was saying, oh, yeah, we met at the age of 17. But with the Southern accent, Stevie Nicks thought she said the edge of 17. And she's like, that's a great... And then later on, she found out that she didn't say edge of 17, that she said age of 17. But she wanted to write the song, and she was writing the song about Tom and Jane. And but basically, her father died, and then John Lennon died, and everything. And then the song took a little more of a different turn for her. But she's reused the title because she thought it was an amazing title. And of course, maybe that's why Tom Petty came up with the title Southern Accents too later on for an album.
I'm telling you, man. Like sometimes that's how a song will start. Like you come up with the title, and you build it around that.
Placed,
Couple lyrics.
plays too.
Yeah, crazy.
I came up with a great title. I can't think of it right now, which is going to be a rotten story. But I have no play that goes with it. But I'm like, Sanctuary Much. That's what it'd be.
One more time.
Sanctuary Much. It's not.
Oh,
Sanctuary.
thank you very much.
Sanctuary. It's like a sanctuary.
Sanctuary. Right.
Much. But I don't really have much of a story to go with it. But it's on the list of,
Yeah.
of hey, maybe you can call the song that.
Okay.
Maybe we can do that. Here is Stevie Nicks, 89.5 WSKB.
Just like the white-winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Just like the white-winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, say ooh. And the days go by like a strand in the wind, in the web that is round. I begin again. Said to my friend, baby, nothing else matters. He was no more than a baby then. Well, he doesn't matter. Just like the white-winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, say ooh. Just like the white-winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, say ooh. The clouds never expect you when it rains, but the sea changes color, but the sea does not change. So with the slow, graceful flow of age, I went forth with an angel desire to please on the edge of 17. Just like the white-winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, said ooh. Just like the white-winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, said ooh. Well, then suddenly there was no one left standing in the hall. And it flowed up tears, no one really ever heard for at all. Well, I went searching for an answer, staring down the hall, and not to find an answer, just to hear the call of a night bird singing, "Come away, come away, come away." Just like the white-winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, yeah, ooh. Just like the white-winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, yeah, ooh. Well, I hear you in the morning, and I hear you at nightfall. And sometimes to be near you is to be able to feel you, my love. I'm a few years older than you. I'm a few years older than you. Just like the white-winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, said ooh. Just like the white-winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing.
Support for community radio on WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at bettsplumbing.com or at 14 Coleman Avenue in Westfield. Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Dunkin' Donut Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
Wednesday mornings start off right from 6 to 8 a.m. with Tina Gorman and Wake Up Wednesday.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 at 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
With my faith in the people
That's Rare Earth, and rare indeed. They were an all-white band signed by Motown Records. Motown signed a few white acts, but wanted to put them under a different label name. So they discussed several names for that label, and their new band jokingly said, well, why don't you just name it after us? And they couldn't come up with another name, and they're like, you know what, that works. So Rare Earth got their own record label just out of a joke.
Cool.
Yeah. What was your record label? Did you guys have a record label?
Yeah, it was Max Tone.
Oh, so
yeah, no. Sadly, that was an indie release, so no label. That was self-produced, self-financed. But
so you made
very generous man.
You made a ton of money off of it. Then.
Executive producer Jim Adams.
Jim Adams
of Adams Version here in Westfield. Good people, and yeah, I believe.
So they're still around.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, First and Adams. They're still over by Amelia Park.
Good.
We're home. Good people. Yeah, good people. Believed in us.
I am Michael Buster McMahon. You know that, but this is Aaron Fay, lead singer of a local band, Max Tone. And if you listen to the show, then you know that we've been collaborating on a musical that we hope to. We have somebody interested in White Plains as soon as we finish the darn thing.
Very soon.
Of putting up, and if it's playing in White Plains, the good news is somebody from Lower Manhattan would see it because they're looking for stuff, and if they like it, they'll put it in Lower Manhattan. And if it's playing in Lower Manhattan, who knows who's going to see it?
Just a couple blocks away.
Just a couple blocks away.
Like 40, 50
off Broadway. But that's where they start.
But the fact that, yeah, exactly. Where was Rent first produced? You know,
it's an A-ball contract, but it's a professional baseball contract. And
yeah,
succeed there, and
just the fact that this is going to happen is pretty cool.
Yeah,
right?
it is.
Yeah, I mean that's
and Scooby Patterson, Westfield State alum, is a driving force behind it too. She's really excited about this, and she's been an invaluable help. And my guess is we're going to come across with some other individuals who are going to become invaluable help.
I'm just stoked that I know someone named Scooby.
Yeah,
and it's a woman.
Yeah,
she's amazing, and we've been in contact through messaging
and hopefully you can join me when we do the.
I will be there.
Yeah.
I need a date.
Yeah, White Plains is going to be a read through in the near future. So yeah, we've got to finish. We got some work to do to finish the last couple songs. This song now is one of my favorite songs by the band Max Tone, and I've used it when I submitted the sitcom to the FX network when it was called The Mez. And afterwards, I said, you know what? It was really not that great of a name of a sitcom, The Mez. I don't think it grabbed you. And the pilot episode of The Mez was going to be called Beg to Differ. And I said, if I had to do it again, I would do that. And I did. I retooled it, pitched it to NBC, called it Beg to Differ. And I called the pilot episode The Mez, sort of returned the favor. But each version had this song as its theme song. And so when we were putting together the musical, I said, I want to use it in the musical, and my favorite character, Anna Banana, is going to sing it. In this scene, Anna, she's a woman with a young woman with a crazy imagination, and she's very distraught because her ex-boyfriend, who she still cares for, they parted, and he dated somebody else. Big deal, you know, but he got engaged to her, and she was a little upset because she thought this girl was going to be the rebound girl, not the one that, you know, was going to win. Yeah. You know, overall. So he's visiting because she got drunk at his engagement party, and she hurts her ankle, and he just comes by to check on her to make sure that, you know, like, you know, what the heck's going on with you? You know, I mean, and she's like, you know what? I've already decided that, you know, that I broke up with you because you were a jerk. And he's like, but I'm not a jerk. She's like, shh, quiet. Don't mess with my imagination. I need this.
Right.
So this is the song she sings to him. And it fits the scene perfectly. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the song?
You must be
Keep It.
In referencing the lyric of the first verse. Lately, I can't. You know, I feel you make me feel expendable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is a pretty dark song. This is about, you know, being rejected. It comes from my first marriage, and you know the way I let people in my life kind of write me out, just as I did. You know, in the second verse, there's a line in there, for 6 years, 7 months, and 29 days. I carried you all along. That is in direct reference, and I have no problem saying it to when I got fired from a really great cover band I was in, Orange Crush. And I really mean it, and I mean it to this day.
We did.
Yeah. It's hard, you know, when
one of my
expressing that.
It's
And
one
I'm
of my-
surprised. It's a really dark tune.
It's one of my favorite lines too in that song. Just
Yeah. It's
unfortunately we do have to change the time a little bit in the musical because she didn't go out with him for 6 years. She went out with him for like 1 year. I think we're
that's great.
We're lowering it.
Yeah.
'Cause not 6 years now. You're talking legitimate reason being devastated. By
Absolutely.
him. I mean, not that
long
1
time.
year isn't devastating, but you lose somebody for 6 years. That's a
Any amount of time, if you love someone and you lose them, whether it be 5, 10, 14 years, loss is loss. If you feel it, you feel it. And it's hard for other people to, stop complaining about it. Get over it. La, 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 but, people will eventually heal on their own, as I did. I went right to work. Okay, great. I'm going to do this. And my band Maximum
the scar
16 years.
The scar's still there. But.
You know what it is? I have a great relationship, with people now, and I can be honest with them and tell them exactly how I feel. No one's going to get butthurt about it. But yeah, man, that was a tough time. That's before social media. 1 minute you're out and hey, awesome, I love you, blah, blah, blah. And next thing you know, you disappeared, and people tell you that you just left, which is awful. The worst is I'm still the guy from you're the guy from Orange Crush, because I still have a shaved head. And, they replaced me with a person that looked just like me, but lookalikes don't sound alike, as written in said song.
Wow. So now you're
it's
surprised that this is like my favorite Max Stone song.
Yeah, it's dark. I mean, like I said, bang, bang, bang. It's an upbeat, fun tune, but it's a great production of the tune. I love the way the song starts. There's a lot of space echo and there's an amazing drum loop. It almost sounds like it should be like the theme song of like a CSI.
Yeah.
This week on CSI Springfield.
I originally wanted Bang 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 to be the theme song to the sitcom, and then so you lent me the CD, and instead of just giving me the one song I asked for, you gave me the CD. Sure. And so what happened with that was I listened to all of them, and this song is the one that grabbed me, and then said that use me instead.
Yeah, that was our second CD we did. Four new songs, and then we kind of remastered, reissued "Take My Breath Away" and "Maxine," I believe.
Yep.
And
"Take My Breath Away" will be in the musical as well. In fact, it's the opening song in the musical.
I love it.
So this song will be in Act 2 again, and it is one of my favorite tunes. It's sung by my famous character, Anna Banana Fofana, Annabelle Sorensen. Here's "Keep It," 89.5 WSKB.
Just plain unforgivable. Did you really think you had me going? I knew all along. Getting angry sure as hell don't help. Denying I was wrong. Now it's the same old song that you're a horrible liar and this much ain't no secret. Don't try to apologize. Why just say keep it? And why don't you keep it? Go on and keep And I know things sure can get ugly, but I can't wait to watch you go down in flames. And did you really think you had me going? Now I knew all along. And for 6 years, 7 months, 29 days, I carried you all along. Now it's the same old song that you're a horrible person and this much ain't no secret. I wish you'd just apologize. Why'd you say keep it? Why don't you keep it? Go on and keep it. Keep it. Why don't you keep it? Go on and keep it. Why don't you keep it? Keep it. And lately, you can't help but make me feel.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Dunkin' Donut Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield. Underwriting for Community Radio on WSKB is brought to you in part by Rockies. Over 30 convenient locations throughout Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, Connecticut, and Florida. One of the nation's largest ACE dealers. Expertise and great product selection in paint, hardware, lawn and garden. That's Rockies. Rock solid service since 1926. On the web at rockies.com.
Wednesday mornings start off right from 6 to 8 a.m. with Tina Gorman and Wake Up Wednesday.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
Every day I get with you. Magic bus. To get on the bus that takes me to you. Magic bus. I'm so nervous I just sit and smile. Magic bus. The house is only another mile. Magic bus. Thank you, driver, for getting me here. Magic bus. Being inspector, have no fear. I don't wanna cause no fuss, but can I
sixpence every day. Just to drive to my baby. Come and 6 months each day. 'Cause I drive my baby every way. Magic ball, 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 magic ball.
Sorry, are we talking?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Magic Bus. That's The Who. Now, the funny thing is, Pete Townsend wrote everything by The Who. And he didn't think much of it. So he just kind of threw it aside. And somebody else recorded it. He said, yeah, go ahead, record it. And it wasn't a hit. But once he actually heard it on the radio, he's like, you know what? Maybe it's not as bad as I thought.
I miss that old girlfriend.
Yeah, and he goes, it's not.
When you see her on the arm of another dude.
Yeah, and he goes, I don't think it's as bad as I thought. And so he brought it to the band, and they recorded it. And guess what? It wasn't as bad as he originally thought. That's a great tune.
It's a great tune.
Are you surprised by? I mean, of course, you're a little surprised that that's my favorite, but you're not surprised I liked it. Are you surprised by any song that you've written that people like really, really like, and you're like,
yeah,
really?
Keep it. Yeah, you know it.
So it would have been funny had NBC picked up the sitcom. It would have been the theme. That you're not really allowed to have theme songs anymore for your sitcoms, but
really, like the sitcoms you submit.
No, just like sitcoms on TV now.
I've never noticed.
Yeah,
I don't watch.
I mean, all the great things. Remember, like we were talking about this before. Remember Riptide? That had like a 2.5 minute
with the big helicopter with the face on it.
It had like a 2.5 minute opening theme.
Did it?
And you can't. They won't give you that time anymore. Just for
it's 2.5 minutes. That's bonkers.
That's it was a long.
That's bonkers. That's ad revenue
they
being
don't,
wasted.
They don't.
I've never noticed. I don't watch a lot of network TV. A lot of my stuff is streaming, man. You know. But I tell you what, when I have The Sopranos on in the background, you're damn right. I sit through. Woke up this morning every time. The theme from Mad Men.
Yep.
Man, I love hearing those strings.
We watch now. The wife and I. We watch Blacklist. We like The Rookie, and two new shows that we weren't sure how we were going to. We were going to watch the pilot episodes, and we were going to see if we were going to stick with them. And I'll tell you, there's a show that it's called Evil. After 2 episodes, I didn't know if I was going to commit to it because sometimes when you're trying to commit to a show, this was happened last year with New Amsterdam. It felt like a obligation. Like I've seen the first 4 episodes, I gotta watch, and eventually I said I'm out. I couldn't. I didn't get into it.
Sure.
I think the wife still watches it, but after 2 episodes of Evil, I was there. I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to commit to it. I am all in now. The show it's I don't know if you've seen it or
nope.
It's a woman. She's a sort of a it's almost on the lines of X-Files, where she's a clinical psychiatrist. And she's been hired by the church, a guy who investigates like miracles, and she's supposed to like debunk them or just have a different voice of reason for this. And there are actually like signs where there actually looks like there could be some supernatural stuff going, and it's dark and it's cool, and I'm committing to it. Evil, and we're also committing to Prodigal Son.
What network is Evil?
Evil's on CBS.
Yeah.
And Prodigal Son is on Fox, and that's kind of cool. He's a profile, and his father was a famous serial killer, And sometimes every week he uses his father sometimes for insight on the. And Lou Diamond Phillips is a cop on the show, so he's still kicking around.
If I could interject my favorite new show, there's a new pay channel called Epics. Forrest Whitaker stars as a old school gangster, Bumpy Johnson. It's called The Godfather of Harlem, and it's great. It's very gritty.
That's the name of the show?
The Godfather of Harlem, based on a real life gangster. He's amazing. He's been portrayed in different shows here and there, but what I love about it, it's so gritty. It's about the mafia, heroin, Harlem, in the 60s.
Got a lot going on there.
Oh, a lot going on, but what they interject some really amazing production with, like, you hear some modern songs, and it's really good. Vincent D'Onofrio plays Vincent the Chin Gigante.
Sometimes you're surprised by these shows that are on networks that you'd never heard of. When you see the people that they get from, like, wow, yeah. I didn't think they would have the budget for that.
You got Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Ah.
He is amazing. And these days, this day and age, you're like, oh, have you seen, but no, there's literally 8,000 networks now.
I have a fit with my daughter. She watches TV. All she'll watch, she's seen the episode of Fuller House, like every episode. Like, I'm like, you're watching this stupid show again. I'm like,
I just needed one episode.
I think what's her name? Cameron, whatever her name. I think she's cute. I do, but I
can we
can't
talk about Jodie Sweetin?
Yeah. Okay. So you can have Jodie. I'll have Cameron.
Perfect.
So it works out pretty good.
Yeah.
But I can't watch. I really can't watch anything she's in. The Hallmark movies.
It's horrible.
The wife is so mad at me because I'll always come in. She'll watch the Hallmark. She's watching them now. I'm like going, is that the ex-boyfriend or is this the new guy? Because her fiance is treating her like crap. I said, which one? And they're going to end up together, of course. And she's like, shut up. I'm like, I could write. Because if you can write one Hallmark movie, you can write 8 of them.
Sure.
So, I mean,
we could do that. My girlfriend just got into Grey's Anatomy.
I think that's why I bailed on New Amsterdam. The medical shows. When I was a kid, we had Emergency. I liked that because you had fire.
Yeah.
But I can't get ER. I couldn't get into ER.
ER was great. That was a great drama at the forefront of the huge wave of medical drama shows that came after it. NYPD Blue, amazing.
Oh God,
gritty. Yeah, sure. I'll look at Dennis Franz's butt because it was amazing. Look, this guy who's not a matinee idol doing nudes on network TV,
and the transformation of his character. What's great is like if you watch the last episode and then watch the first episode, and I mean they're two totally different people.
Absolutely.
Just it's funny. I used to date a nurse, and she said, "Oh, I can't watch ER because I feel like I'm at work. It's stressful." At the time, I was a waiter. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm the same way with Alice." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, Flo got double sat. Vera's customer needs a refill." I'm like,
you dingy.
Yes.
Oh man, Vic Tayback was great.
Vic Tayback was awesome.
It reminds me of the boss of the last restaurant I worked at.
This next song is one of my favorite songs that the Bee Gees wrote. And the person who recorded it, pretty ungrateful. She didn't like the song, and it became a giant hit for her. And she was always like, you know what? I never really, understood the international popularity of it. And she goes, I cried. She goes, all right, I cried all the way to the bank about it, but no, I never liked the song. What an ungrateful little. The Bee Gees were great songwriters.
Amazing.
They give you this amazing song.
I'm surprised they used outside songwriters. And
I'm amazed that they gave away so many songs that they did too.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you can only record so many. But this is one of my favorite songs I ever wrote, and there is a version of them. They did record it eventually, but this is the version that we all knew. Dionne Warwick, Heartbreaker, 89.5 WSKB.
I got to say it, and it's hard for me. You got me crying like I thought I
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Barnes & Noble College Bookstore in the Ely Campus Center, offering Westfield State t-shirts, sweatshirts, and gift merchandise, all of your academic needs, and offering textbook materials in new, used, ebook, and rental formats. Available at the bookstore on campus or online at westfieldstate.bncollege.com.
Wednesday mornings start off right from 6 to 8 a.m.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Comcast and Xfinity.com, offering Xfinity TV, Internet, home phone, and home security services. Information on all that Xfinity has to offer in the Westfield area is available online at Xfinity.com.
Wednesday mornings start off right from 6 to 8 a.m. with Tina Gorman and Wake Up Wednesday.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Dream, 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 dream. Dream, dream, dream when I want you. In my arms when I want you. And all your charms whenever I want you. All I have to do is dream. Dream, dream, dream when I feel blue in the night and I need you to hold me tight whenever I want you. All I have to do is dream. I can make you mine, taste your lips of wine anytime, night or day. Only trouble is, gee whiz, I'm dreaming my life away. I need you so that I could die. I love you so, and that is why whenever I want you, all I have to do is dream. Dream, 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 dream. I can make you mine, taste your lips of wine anytime, night or day. Only trouble is, gee whiz, I'm dreaming my life away. I need you so that I could die. I love you so, and that is why whenever I want you, all I have to do is dream. Dream, 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 dream. Dream, 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 dream. Dream, dream, dream.
Yes.
Are we? Oh, there we go. All right. That's the Everly Brothers. Now, that's Chet Atkins on guitar playing that.
Is it?
Yeah. It was recorded in only 2 takes, March 6th, 1958. How many takes does it usually take for you guys?
Oh, it depends. With recording, what happens is you'll do like a rehearsal, what they call tracking. And what it is, it's for the producer and engineers to get the actual length of the song, the arrangement. And so it's like what they call scratch tracks.
Mm-hmm.
And then one by one, you start with the drums, and then you layer guitars, basses, vocals. My parts were always last. And that was a fun experience. Like I said, man, I wrote all the harmonies for all these songs right on the spot. They just came to me. It's not rocket science. It's rock and roll. And you hear them, you lay them down. But it was a great experience. I mean, each Max Tone song, I did all the singing, and there would be 30 vocal tracks. We quadrupled choruses, and it was nuts.
One of my, and maybe if we have time, we'll play this song a bit later. One of my favorite stories that we've played this song before. Doris Troy's song, Just One Look? Just one look. So she writes this song, and if you look, it's written under a different name. She used a different name, but she wrote it. And so she gets a couple friends and she records it and she sends it to the record company thinking somebody, hey, someone will buy it, it's a good song. And the record company says, oh, yeah, we want it. She's like, all right, well, who'd you get to sing it? They're like, well, we want you to sing it. Really? All right, well, I'll come in. And like, no, it's fine the way you did it. One take demo.
Was she one of the Brill building writers, one of those from back in the day, or?
Oh, I don't know.
That
building was for sale a couple months ago. I mean, a couple years ago.
Oh, we should have picked it up.
We should have picked it up.
I've been really good saving with my my change jar. I got quite the.
It'd be kind of cool to have our offices there.
Wouldn't it?
That'd be kind of cool.
Wouldn't it?
So, this song, Bang 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 by the band Max Tone, we're using it. There's this great scene. We've told the story before because I've played a tremolo. Anytime I play a tremolo song, there was a guy who had a chance to sign the Beatles or the Tremolos. And now, to be fair, the guy, they were the Beatles. They were just two garage bands, and he picked the Tremolos. And in the real world, the guy did okay. He helped the Rolling Stones get their deal. He did okay. In my version of the story, the whole world won't let him forget that he could have signed the Beatles and he didn't. And he's just like representing this drunken British rocker who's just driving him crazy, and he spends his money on everything, even though he's like, you're gonna.
Can I play him?
Can you do a British accent?
Oh, I believe I can, mate.
Okay, there you go.
Right there.
This would be perfect.
Right.
And he ends up buying somebody snookers, and they sell him something from the Bible that proves the Bible's real, and it's Lot's wife. Somebody made a woman shaped like salt, and they sell it to this guy, and the guy's just going crazy listening to the rocker stuff, and so the rocker's like, oh, do you want to hear my new song? And he's like, no, I don't. Oh, good, then I'll play it, and he slips into Bang Bang Bang. And originally, we were thinking about using a new song for this, but we realized that Bang 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 works perfectly for it.
Yeah, and part of that is that, man, it's an earworm, and I vowed never to. I don't know. You'll hear it, but I don't know how it just popped in there, and it's just it'll stick with you. And as we were talking about earlier, it's a direct ripoff from an REM tune, like these opening chords, they really stick with you. Great power chords, and it's fun. I mentioned People I Know in it, and it's a fun upbeat tune about this fun rock and roll life and all the naughty stuff.
Which is why I thought it was appropriate for this drunken British rocker to be singing it. And
yeah, it's about getting women.
Yeah,
and it's not just for the boys; girls like it too.
Yep.
And
as a lyric from the song.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I actually mentioned two people we know. One of them is now married to our guitarist, who is also mentioned in the song. But when we first recorded it, we had a different guitar player in the band, and so right before we went to press with it, I went in and I had to re-record. Because all Polly wants to do got changed to all Sweet Pete wants to do is what?
Bang bang bang.
Yep. And that was inspired from remember in the 90s, it was like before social media and memes, you would get a funny email from a friend with an attachment, and I don't know what exactly. You probably look it up on somewhere, YouTube or Google, but it was one of those things, and it was a goofy little cartoon of a guy. And it was, I don't want relationship. I just want to bang, bang, bang. I don't want to talk to you. I just want to bang, bang, bang. That's where it comes from, and it just stuck there, and I was like, bang, bang, bang. There it is, and I never ever want to write a song like that ever again.
Well, you don't have to. We're gonna use this one, and as you said, it's a catchy tune, and it does stick with you. From our musical, Can't You Bear These Tales? Here's Bang Bang Bang, 89.5 WSKB.
Don't try to tell me I'm addicted to strange, 'cause I'll tell you I invented the game. 'Cause all I wanna do is bang, bang, bang.
tonight. Baby, don't you wanna bang? Come on, bang, bang, bang. Come on, bang, bang, bang. All right, come on, bang, bang, bang.
Support for community radio on WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at bettsplumbing.com or at 14 Coleman Avenue in Westfield.
Wednesday mornings start off right from 6 to 8 a.m. with Tina Gorman and Wake Up Wednesday.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
Wait a second, man. What do you think the teacher's gonna look like this year?
Teacher, stop that screaming. Teacher, don't you see? Don't wanna be no uptown fool. Maybe I should go to hell, but I'm doing well. Teacher needs to see me after school. I think of all the education that I missed, but then my homework was never
Yes, one of the last releases from the original Van Halen.
That's how you end a song.
That's how you end
The
the song.
stinger.
Now, if you remember the video, lots of beautiful girls in. So it's not gonna be surprised that it was actually co-directed by David Lee Roth. He actually took it upon himself to co-direct with all these women in bikinis.
I'm sure you had a casting couch too.
I'm sure. So you want to be in the video? So the video shows the band choreographing steps, and Alex Van Halen, which we were saying a very underrated drummer,
Awful dancer.
he just could not get the steps at all. So if it is
Hey, it couldn't be any worse than Genesis.
Drew. The chemistry
Good
teacher,
reference.
the chemistry teacher in this, she had a pretty good career in videos because 5 years prior she was the girl in "Do You Think I'm Sexy?" Rod Stewart's video.
How about that?
Now we were talking about how Alex is one of the most underrated drummers. A story that we used to tell was that growing up, Eddie was the drummer.
Right.
Alex was, and Eddie
You
came
know what?
home.
Switched.
There's a great. Do you guys listen to Mike Rowe?
The
way I
I'm
heard
aware
it?
of it. Yeah.
Mike Rowe has a one of his way I heard it's about that, and he reads in such a way as they're swapping girlfriends,
Well,
Sure.
and the whole time you think that they've like one girl has left the one guy for the other, and at the very end of it he talks about it being instruments, and it's just
That is awesome because basically Eddie
very
comes
good.
home, finds Alex on his drums, and has an absolute fit. He's like, "Oh yeah, well
Right.
I'm going to play your guitar."
But the whole time he's reading it like it's a lover, and it's just it's such a good episode. It's like it's one of his more recent ones.
Oh, I'll have to check it out. The guy is very good. Well, we're wrapping up, and we've only got about like 15 minutes left of the show, and I wanted to get this song in before we left. This is the song that's going to be opening the musical, but with lots of different lyrics.
Yes.
The chorus is going to be the same. Little by little, the name of the song is called Take My Breath Away, and all the lead characters are basically saying what takes their breath away, what they're passionate about. And so we do have some new lyrics approved by you. One of the most nerve-wracking thing I had, I'm like, how do I approach this to Aaron? Because some songwriters are like, we're not changing nothing. And how do I ask him if we need to change some of the lyrics? And you volunteered it.
Oh yeah, I'm like,
oh good. One less thing.
It's cool, man. It's cool.
And we
it's cool,
changed,
baby.
And we changed a lot of lyrics in this, except for the chorus. But
Awesome.
I think the basic beat is still the same. Have you?
Great.
Have you? I've sent you. Did you ever see the new lyrics? Or
I believe I have.
Okay.
Again, what we were talking about, and we must rectify what I may have lost in.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yes.
About materials.
Okay.
But
and yes,
I'm sure it's going to be.
so it's a great song. And originally, Scooby, who's helping us out, was skeptical that this song could open the show, and then once she heard it, she gave it a second listen, and as she was blocking the scenes for me, we played this song, and she's like, you know what, this is actually perfect. It actually it is the perfect lead-in song. So we don't really know much about what's going on when we come in. This song pretty much opens the show, and one by one, a lot of the characters tell them what's going on. So this is anything about writing the song?
Your upbeat love song. I love love songs are great, but I didn't want like Bang Bang Bang, kind of a love song. Just kidding.
Yeah.
But no, I like upbeat, and I wanted that, and it's just a nice 3-minute pop song, and it serves its purpose. A little hooky chorus, and we'll whip this one out every now and again in a cover show when people actually ask for it. It's that is probably one of the most amazing things. When can you play a Max Stone song? Yeah, okay.
I remember being going to a Max Stone show and asking to hear "Keep It." I don't think you did it
because it's a little bit of a downer, bud. Sure, let's talk about the dark stuff.
So here's the opening song from our musical "Can't You Bear These Tales." Here's "Take My Breath Away," 89.5 WSKB.
Every time I think of you, I get shot right down with a bolt of blue. Oh, so she loves to hear me sing.
And who am I to refuse a small request from the girl who simply takes my breath away? When I look down, she's there, she's smiling up at me. Make no mistake about my heart, it belongs to her, and that's a start. So I'll start to sing. And when I look down, she's there, she's still smiling at me. And every time I mess up, she's still there. You know she never judges me. You take my breath away with those words you say. You take my breath away to this very day. You know I cannot stand to be apart. Just ask my friends on how I changed from a gentleman to a raging beast, and how I crave for just one taste from the sweetest woman that I've ever known. You take my breath away with those words you say. You take my breath away to this very day. You take my breath You take my breath away with those words that you say. The words you say. You take my breath away to this very day.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Comcast and Xfinity.com, offering Xfinity TV, Internet, home phone, and home security services. Information on all that Xfinity has to offer in the Westfield area is available online at Xfinity.com.
Underwriting is brought to you by Boise Cascade Distribution, providing products and services needed for building material dealers, home improvement centers, and industrial customers. They offer everything from engineered wood and plywood to Drex decking and railing, James Hardy siding, and Advantech subfloor. Located at 33 Fowler Street Extension in Westfield and on the web at bc.com, they are committed to providing quality products, great service, convenience, and value.
Support for community radio on WSKB provided by Westfield Electroplating. Employing over 140 skilled platers, painters, and technicians, Westfield Electroplating was founded in 1946 and was the first company in the country to achieve National Aerospace and Defense Contractor Program accreditation, proudly maintaining that status for over a decade. Westfield Electroplating provides over 50 quality finishes to meet your corrosion, cosmetic, or performance needs. On the web at www.westfieldplating.com or 413-568-3716. Westfield Electroplating, putting the finishing touches on technology.
One of our underwriters here at WSKB's Community Radio is Carson Center for Health and Human Services, a nonprofit organization located at 20 Broad Street in Westfield. They provided behavioral health and rehabilitation services in communities throughout Western Massachusetts since 1963. There are services for children, adolescents, adults, families, and couples. You can find them on the web at carsoncenter.org or at 413-572-4132.
Wednesday mornings start off right from 6 to 8 a.m. with Tina Gorman and Wake Up Wednesday.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Earth, Wind, and Fire. Fire! You got all of them. I love.
You gotta use your real DJ for 89.5 FM WSKB. That's Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah, there you go. See, you don't need me around. You could do this. So, you got a request? You want to?
Oh, I got a message from the woman, and
Yes.
she requests that I use the English accent until the end of the broadcast, if it's all right. It's
You say-
for me.
this kind of voice really works for her, if you know what I'm saying.
Can you say use a cocktail stick?
Oh, use a cocktail stick.
There you go. I like
There
that.
you
Ed. I don't know why. It's a silly thing. It makes me laugh.
I can't wait to go home later.
Speaking of silly, so the co-writer, Allie Willis, was originally bothered by the gibberish body ya lyric that Morris White
It's
came
all
up with.
sixes and sevens, man.
Yes, and she begged him to come up with something. And she's just like, what the heck does body ya mean? And he said, who cares? And she goes, I learned the greatest lesson ever in songwriting, which never let the lyric get in the way of the groove.
It's facts, man, facts. Stone cold hard facts.
So that's the show. This is Aaron Fay from the band Max Tone. Thank you very much for coming in. This was
Max
fun.
Tone.
I hope you had fun.
I had lots of fun today, mate.
Good.
Thank you for having me.
And you were surprised I was on TV, you said.
I would have worn something other than this disgusting hoodie I have on. I slept in it, actually.
I am...
true story.
I am Michael Bus McMahon. Drink your milk, look both ways before crossing the street, and never, ever give up your dreams. That's my pal and producer in there, Peter Cole. Say goodbye, Peter.
Goodbye, Peter.
Max Tone.
We like to end with something fun, and this song is actually going to inspire us a little bit. There's a scene where we have a female witch doctor, and she's a great character. And Scooby says she already knows who she wants to play the character. And she's, there you go, look at that. We're doing a...
proper scenage.
She's got a love potion. And so the song that we have to write still is about basically the ingredients. We call it, it's the chemistry, stupid. Like, how's it fit together? Well, it's the chemistry, stupid. And I always picture it kind of be like a lime in the coconut song, ingredients and stuff. But I like your idea, too. What was your idea?
Oh, we're going to take lime in the coconut. We're going to rip that off and do a reverse,
No. You think you said you pictured more of something along the lines of Shake Shake Sonora.
That's right.
Yeah,
Shake,
so,
that's right.
Yes.
I feel it must be upbeat. We're gonna get some butts wiggling on this.
Time
one.
to jump in line.
So we're gonna end with that song. Hopefully, it made you inspire us to get some work done today, which we're about to do now. This is of course Harry Belafonte from the great movie Beetlejuice, which you have not seen.
Oh. Great.
Yeah. Okay. I haven't seen. The wife can't believe I haven't. I haven't seen. It turns out with all that trouble with Tom Brady and Paul Rudd, I realized I've never seen a Paul Rudd movie. People say, "How's that possible?" I looked down the list of movies. I'm like, I don't know. Never saw any of them.
Who's Tom Brady?
Yeah. There you go. Here's Harry Belafonte from Beetlejuice. Shake, 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 Sonora.
Thank you, Westfield.
Shake, 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 Sinora, shake your body line. Shake, 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 Sinora, shake it all the time. Work, 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 Sinora, work your body line. Work, 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 Sinora, work it all the time. My girl's name is Sonora. I tell you, friends, I adore her. And when she dances, oh brother, she's a hurricane in all kinds of weather. Jump in the line, rock your body on time. Okay, I believe you, jump in the line, rock your body on time. Okay, I believe you, jump in the line, rock your body on time. Okay, I believe you, jump in the line, rock your body on time. Whoop. Shake, 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 Sinora, shake your body line. Whoop. Shake, 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 Sinora, shake it all the time. Work, 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 Sinora, work your body line. Work, 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 Sinora, work it all the time. You can talk about cha-cha, tango, waltz, or the rumba. Sinora's dance has no title. You jump in the saddle, hold on to the bridle. Jump in the line, rock your body on time. Okay, I believe you, jump in the line, rock your body. Rock your body, child. Jump in the line, rock your body in time. Somebody help me. Jump in the line, rock your body in time. Whoop. Shake, 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 Sinora, shake your body line. Shake, 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 Sinora, shake it all the time. Work, 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 Sinora, work your body line. Yeah. Work, 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 Sinora, work it all the time. Sinora, she's a sensation, the reason for aviation. And fellas, you got to watch it. When she wind up, she bottom, she go like a rocket. Jump in the line, rock your body in time. Okay, I believe you, jump in the line, rock your body in time. Hoist those skirts a little higher, jump in the line, rock your body in time. Up the chimney, jump in the line, rock your body in time. Whoa. Shake, 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 Sinora. Shake your body line. Work, 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 Sinora. Work it all the time. Dance, 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 Sinora. Dance it all the time. Work, work,
waltz is calypso. Left to right is the tempo. And when she gets the sensation, she go up in the air, come down in slow motion. Jump in the line, rock your body in time. Okay, I believe you. Jump in the line, rock your body in time. Somebody help me. Jump in the line, rock your body in time. Okay, I believe you. Jump in the line, rock your body in time. Oh. Shake, 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 Sinora, shake your body line. Shake, 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 Sinora, shake it all the time. Work, work,